Yeah, so it's gonna be no surprise that they don't want to play against
Hmm.
that against Tokyo Strikers on Stormtube. And honestly, Stormtube is a very polarizing map, so we might not get a chance to see it with the way that our picks and bans work for our map choices. I love that we're switching over to a best of three because not only does that allow a little bit more versatility for maps, it does mean that you kind of have a little bit of control. If you
Hmm.
know your opponents favor one map more than another, you can just ban it out there so that they are taken a little bit out of their comfort zone.
Yep, going back to the qualifier rule, and that's actually why the reason why we had a lot of players actually disconnecting the room right after the result. If your team gets a 5-0 or 5 anything, 5-0 in the first half, and then if you get
At least one
a
map win.
one round in the
Yeah.
second half, then you basically win because your opponent did not take a single round in the first half. They even
Yep.
though they get 5, they can't catch up to the number of 6. So the game will be over at that moment.
Yeah, so this is essentially a first to six or a best of 11, I believe, or best of 13. No, best of 11. There we go. I figured it out.
Best of 12.
You can't have a best of 12. Oh, gee, Clef. So silly. All right, we're just getting started with it. This is our first game of
But
our first semifinal series. Point.
I thought we are going into province because we did see province, but it is going to be Luxville actually in game 1.
Maybe it's a little bit backwards on the overlay. I don't know, but yeah, you're right. This is Luxville to
Mm-hmm.
start things off, and it is Plan B, our Turkish team on the red, so they're going to be on attack starting off, and then on the blue is TokioStrikers from Thailand, a very very strong team. We do like to play very fast and aggressively, but currently they are really locked down, very very defensive, as we see. Plan B trying to rotate around towards A.
Yeah, plan B on attack first, and this is where everything actually started and was also finished at the end, right after the
Hmm.
crossway. Go straight into the narrow alley right there. Look at the position. They are only basically defending, and only 2 men for the B side because you actually hear them coming in.
Yep.
Unless you lose this
Oh.
site with the stairs, you
I,
are going to defend B pretty easily.
Yeah, and I love R2's positioning.
Hmm.
That little obelisk at the top of the stairs is just so hard to break through a lot of times. So R2 is guarding really a lot of real estate all by himself, while the entire rest of the team for Tokyo Strikers is just playing rock solid, totally defensively, not over pushing.
One of them are actually in the res. They actually get a lot of the kills with the grenade, 2 kills, and the one in the bomb site from A.
Wow, that was exactly the opposite of what I thought was going to happen there. R2 does go down, so he loses his position at the top of the stairs. And now Ethan, the last surviving member for Tokyo Strikers.
We saw what Ethan could do yesterday.
Yeah, he can absolutely turn this one around.
He
But
was actually staying in B on province, actually defending basically against everyone. He was at least getting 2 or even 3 kills
oh,
alone.
Ethan, he's got to land the headshot, and he does. But he gets taken out when he turns the
Oh,
corner
that was
around
so
the
close.
stairs.
When he got 1, he actually had 100 HP left. But right next to him, in an off angle, it's really hard to predict because you would be thinking it's going to be the 90 angle to get right after, but right in the middle. Great positioning by Plan B right there.
Plan B, really, they were so aggressive. They pushed all the way from their spawn through. I think it was through main hallway. Yeah, they were able to push all the way there and get the final kills there. As Tokyo Strikers, they played maybe a little bit too defensively. I don't know. They really gave up quite a bit of ground early on to a very fast rush
I
from
think they
Plan B.
watched the match yesterday from Plan B. Of course, it was on a different map. Lots of
Mhm.
sandstorm because they were actually taking time, throwing lots of overnades. I think TokioStriker is actually also being a little bit cautious, going all the way back because the grenades are super powerful, and even the last attack. It was kind of weird that TokioStriker actually got all the hits, 2 kills from grenades only too.
Well, also that's a little bit uncharacteristic
Hmm.
for Plan B to go for that many nades right there. I don't know. I didn't remember seeing them do that before, but let's take a look at where our teams have met up. It's right across Crossway. Let's see if they can break all the way through because once again, it's a very defensive kind of lockdown situation for Tokyo Strikers. A quick nade to make sure nobody's hiding behind that
Was
obelisk
the
at the
point gets
top.
2 kills, so great trade over there. Gets a stair one, 2-2, and
Oh my
pre-fire
god!
shot, and basically was deleted right there.
He just walked out and took a bullet to the head immediately. Now, that being said, Ethan, once again, it is Ethan against
Gets
the
another
world.
kill with the grenade.
Yeah,
So
but
down to 1-1 now.
it is a 1-1. Ethan has less health, but he should be able to know where his opponent
Yeah,
is.
exactly. In that zone. And he has all the time.
Yeah, he's got 30 seconds. That is plenty of time. As long as he needs to predict whether his opponent is crouching or standing up right now. And I think he knows that he's crouching, so he's going to come around the door. But no, it's not enough. The red team wins, and in the end, Shine Asian takes him out to give Plan B a 2-0 lead over our team from Thailand.
Yeah, great jukes, great movement by Shine Agent there.
To walk around that corner.
Because
C4.
she knew that where the opponent was coming, and he had all the angles covered by himself. And all he had to do was delay. It was actually a little bit aggressive, I would say, but he did end up coming with a win there. 2 rounds already going to Plan B.
I love that this time around, Plan B are kind of changing it up. Last time they rushed all the way down towards Crossway, but now they're just chilling right outside their spawn point, not going too overly aggressive.
This is usually what you do, and then you suddenly poke into the main hallway sometimes. And Ethan is the one that's defending it with the railing from B side. That's why he's always the last one to survive.
Yeah, he definitely is not the point man this time, but he does do well as the last surviving member. He was about to clutch that last round out, but just couldn't close it out in the end. Shine Asian took him out. So keep an eye on what the rotation is. It looks like, at least for the time being, neither team has committed to pushing through that main hallway just yet.
Yeah, just checking for bait, just in case it had as a perfect angle to hide out there. There has been no one so far. Only the first grenade, you find few kills, and then after that, TokioStriker, they have taken super defensive positioning.
Yeah, just trying to push around narrow hallway or make it their way towards Crossway, but they really can't penetrate Crossway just yet. I mean, Monster's gonna try. He's very close to pushing towards A side, but he can't make it all the way across. This is so passive. We really haven't seen either team be willing to commit towards the bomb side. Okay, right. Until one day all that
towards the A
changes.
side.
Yeah,
Still
going towards,
right in the A side.
coming around the corner, gets dropped immediately. TokioStrikers dominate. Plan B, it feels like they got a little bit impatient and just walked into the line of fire.
The ramp, coming out from the ramp, they also got so many angles to cover when they already lost 2 of the members going directly in. And maybe going into a multiple passage at the same time could be working better in that round.
Or just coming from a different angle,
yeah. I think they committed too early, or not together, just one by one, and then gave the time for TokioStriker to actually have that backup.
Yeah, when multiple members of your team are dying to the same spray, it's because you're just walking in. Okay, you walk in, one guy dies. The second guy walks in, dies the same way. It's like, you got to come in either all at the same time or from multiple angles. Figure out a different way that works, because that doesn't.
So far, pressuring in once again, saving some grenades, only throwing the smoke for now.
That smoke is out. It's going to allow them to push up, but they have to watch out for walking into nades. I mean, this is going to be a rough hallway to break through. Can they cross the crossway? I mean, it's
they only pressure. They never really go into the crossway, and then they always go for the blue respawn and towards the B ramp side.
I don't know why they put so much pressure on Crossway and then never decide to commit to it to walk through into A site.
I think it's for them to actually draw the defense down, because you have to actually go around the stairs to come up. Again.
Oh, that's right. You would have to come.
They break through downstairs.
Yep, they are
Back up,
breaking through
coming into the
ramp.
ramp.
Blue spawn.
The one at the site, A site goes down.
Right around the corner. Oh, kills him through the smoke. Great aim there. And actually now it's up to Buffy. He's up top. He's going to drop down. The podium's there to protect, but Buffy gets taken out now.
3 HP left,
R2.
and he's so low.
Oh, wow, he actually does get a kill there, but that's not going to mean a whole lot. He's got 3 HP and a dream. But nope, not enough. And that's going to be another win for Plan B, who take their 3rd round in the first half.
Now look at that. Plan B from Group B, taking 3 rounds already against the favorite here, TokioStriker. Luxville, of course, a great map for them to actually push in. They have been doing similar strategy, and it's been working. They tried it 4 times. 3 out of 4, I would say that's pretty good for in Luxville as a red
Sounds
side.
Pretty good to me, especially since this is a map that TokioStrikers are most familiar with.
Gets a kill already all the way down the hall.
I don't know how he found that angle. That's great. Is yeah, a little bit uncharacteristically vulnerable there. So this is going to be a 4-on-5 for the rest of round 5, and I mean point blank are going to be totally fine with that one. They're going to try exactly the same strat that they tried last time, pushing through the narrow hallways, looking at fight crossway to get into A.
Look, they do have they do have one more member, still doing the exact same strategy, and they're just one person looking at the back, 2-2, pressing into the A hall and the crossway at the same time, taking some damage. Monster.
Oh, gotta watch out for the nade. Oh, that was very, very close. Ugh, can't find the push through crossway just yet. So they're still just chilling down there by the narrow hallway, trying to make anything work. They have found a lot of kills with frags in the first round, so maybe they're just gonna try to land any of those. Poke out until they really have to push.
Different positioning. This time, all the way up on the stairs from B side. Does not spot him at the moment. Is smoked up, so you can't really see too far. Yep. The backup is coming.
They break into A and will get the plant down. So, yep, bomb has been planted, 40 seconds left, and this is actually a little bit ahead of schedule. Usually you'll see teams wait a little bit longer, but wow, it's actually a disaster as they push out from where they'd planted the bomb and lose two members.
He's going for the defuse.
So that means that it's going to be up to Shales. Can he stop the defuse from going down? No, Shales, taken out. Now it's up to Vasily. He's the last surviving member. It's not going to be enough. Plenty of time to defuse the bomb, and TokioStrikers put themselves back up on the board again. Now, still down 2-3, but some signs of life.
They didn't really see the one in the second ramp coming from the B side. That's the different positioning they took on the 5th round. And because of the smoke they actually had, maybe they never got the chance to actually check someone there. I think they could have maybe, but was distracted by the one downstairs also.
Yeah, and they were a little bit hesitant to just stay in the room with the bomb on the site. They felt like, okay, well, we have to get out there and try to defend it. And as soon as they exited, they just got completely mowed down. So already an early casualty this time for Plan B as they head into round number 6. They've done a great job at holding their own against one of the strongest teams here, but this is not the way they wanted to start off the round. Losing Vasily, they still have their top 2 fraggers left. Monster has yet to get on the board. That's a little bit uncharacteristic for him as he's been a big powerhouse for them. But we'll see what the strategy is. Once again, just trying to break through that crossway.
Look at that. Exactly what you do.
Yeah.
As still waiting for that moment. Crossway never really broken through, just to bring some of the members here. Keep the members here for a while. And then all they do is to pressure into the bottom. Let's take a look at the positioning. I want to take a look at the positioning of the blue defense towards the A site.
Red room 1 is not what we wanted to see right there.
Yeah, one in the, of course, one. Okay, it is going to be the same one. With the same one from the last round.
Oh, Monster trying to break around the corner. Nate is out there, so he's going to have to back out. Can't break through there.
Finally pressuring into the crossway. Gets one more from the stairs. Actually gets 2.
Yeah, R2 got completely destroyed there. Great now down as well. It's a 2-on-1 right now. There's only Shales left for Plan B. He is going to try to break down into the bomb site. A is where he's headed, but he might not be able to make it there because, Tars knows exactly where he is.
He's spotted, and the one from the B side is coming around all the way.
But this does
from the red room.
Does give Shales the opportunity to push into the bomb site and go for a plant. There's nobody that will be able to kill him
coming
immediately.
From the stairs also.
Yeah, he's going to go for the plant here, so he will get into bomb site. He's going to go for the plant, but I think this is going to give Tars the opportunity to get in there. And yeah, no plant is going to be possible here. He knows the plant just got off, and I think Shales is pretty dead here. Yep. Indeed he was. It's like, I wonder where he's at right now. Well, he just planted the bomb, so they run in, take him out, and it's business as usual. I keep calling them Taipei, but it's Tokyo.
TokioStriker.
Tokyo. I'm gonna get that into my head. TokioStrikers come in and tie things up at 3-3.
It's because of Ethan. Look at how many kills he took. 7 kills already by himself.
God,
and that's because he has been continuously backing up from the stairs next to the crossway, 2nd floor. And also covering B at the same time, because no one is actually pressuring into the main hall. He's not pressured from the other side. He only has to go for the backup and clean up duty.
I love our observers just like zooming all the way in, giving us the bird's eye view of exactly what's happening right here. Monster Man still not on the board here for Plan B. He needs to start really helping out the rest of his team because you can see that they're just a little bit behind. Whereas you look at Tokyo Strikers and they're really, really showing up. An early frag is a great way for Monster to make himself known. He comes up with a very early entry frag and puts himself on the board and is helping the rest of Plan B break through the crossway.
Are they actually having one going around? I think they have one on the hallway. Look at the minimap.
Look
I
at
think
Shales.
one is coming around slowly. They're throwing everything here to distract.
Oh my god, they're just going to kill them all. They come around the podium. Did he get friendly fire? No, no, no. He does land the shots, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3. A beautiful spray, but in the end, it's actually a better trade for Tokyo Strikers.
The one coming around from the hallway gets taken out, so they can't really sandwich them anymore.
And this is going to be almost exactly like our previous round. I think Extreme's going to have to go in for the plant, but I don't know if that's going to really work out. So he's going to push actually into B here, but he can't find the shots behind the big blue-covered crate, and will get taken out for another win. And now Tokyo Strikers up for the first time in the half.
I believe it was 3-1, and that's how low they were, but picks up 3 in a row right there. And great way of defending. Even though they lost the first member, diving in all the way into the crossway, and they actually defended really well on that round.
I would say this is the biggest advantage of the Tokyo Strikers is that they are able to adapt on the fly to see what kind of strategies their opponents are going for and figure out how to counter that in the middle of the round.
Look how focused they are.
Yeah.
In right next to A, of course, one upstairs, one downstairs, one next to the bomb site.
Yeah, and I think it's Ethan hanging back towards B just to make sure that there's no rotation. Great communication, a lot of information being given there to the Tokyo Strikers. We'll see if they can convert anything on it. Just some shots on the stairs underneath blue. So they
are going towards the A site.
Yeah, guarding A, looking to try to push forward, but it's a disaster.
Already a flank from the backside.
Oh no, Vasily's even gonna have to head for the hills there. Ethan and R2 really coming up big there. Wow, what a perfect way to defend that bomb site. Now Vasily's gonna have to try to push in, and he just dies instantly, and that's gonna be a big win for Tokyo Strikers. They were down 3-1, and they managed to come all the way back and complete the closeout. First half going their way.
Yeah, first few. Actually, Plan B was able to break through so quickly, and I'm pretty sure TokioStriker got them. They were very confused of how to defend this. Why are we losing this? Because we have the same position from yesterday, of how we kind of played yesterday. We were not really aggressive, not too defensive, just having great backups, but once they were really into safe position with having massive backups in 0.5 seconds to 1 second and having great read on the movement of red side.
What was so kind of confusing to me is that I love that Tokyo Strikers were playing it a little bit more safely, not going too crazy, but it really confused me that Plan B kept trying the same strategy over and over again. They're just like, well, this time we're going to try to push through crossway into A. It's like, no, that's not going to work out the 5th time you try it. So eventually they did get figured out, and now we are going to swap things up and go into the second half and see if this gives Tokyo Strikers a little bit more trouble.
Let's see how TokioStriker wants to start their push. Going all the way in, finds him late, and he gets killed, actually.
Yeah, but taking out Shine Asian is actually the best player on Plan B, so that's a big player to lose first off. And Tars and R2 do go down, but still Esther and Buffy left.
Look at that
Ethan
headshot once again with the jump.
Buffy left alive. Yeah, here we go. Buffy actually taken out there. Ethan, the last surviving member, absolutely capable of clutching this out, but he's got 1-on-4 in front of him, and that is just not going to be easy to do.
Right next to him, also listening to his footsteps on the stairs, right next to the wall, so it's really easy to spot him, and is spotted. 2v1 right now.
I love how he walked forward, tried to spray and bait anything out, but can't find anything just yet.
He was also trying to pre-fire and then fall back and then try to catch the headshot by walking back, keeping himself in the wall. Not really finding any kills. Another one, and that's going to be basically the game, of course. Going to Plan B, that was really hard to be done. Unless he goes all the way around to the main hall, surprisingly catching them off guard and picking up 2 kills. Yeah, at least that happened.
He would have had to make a big rotation, and it was just not very possible. So Wow, we are really taking a different route in here. Gonna see everything thanks to our observer.
Mhm.
Penetrating now into Plan B, and oh wow, those nades are actually ineffective, but
Yeah,
it does catch what was it, R2? Yeah, R2, the early casualty.
and that's the reason why we have overnight. Just having the angle, the
Yeah.
practice. If you practice enough, you will actually get to figure out some new overnades. Also, I believe still, I believe still there are lots of other ways to point. If you know exactly where the opponent is, you can actually have one preparing, cooking the bomb, cooking that grenade, and then throw him after the shot calling.
Yeah, it's really kind of crazy how much teams have figured out. Okay, I just need to overnade right here, right at this time, in order to take out somebody walking through the hallway. But enough about the overnades. Right now, it's Ethan once again in the same spot he always finds himself in. One man alive against the world. We'll see if he can find a couple of kills here.
Because
But
most of the even in attack, Ethan's job is to try to stop the one that is coming from the other side and gets taken out once again by Monster. And rounds after round going to Plan B. If they can actually get 3 more, it will close out the entire series.
now, this is a best of three, so maybe taking a loss early
Hmm.
will really throw off the Tokyo Snipers and make them even weaker the second time around. Or maybe they'll take that break to kind of regroup and have another chance. But wow, this is just incredible from Plan B. We didn't get to see this matchup yesterday, obviously, because of the different groups, but what a performance. This is just incredible.
Plan B actually against Juventus had lots of problems in province, and that was not the only one. As
Yeah,
they,
you can kind of understand that it's province, it's a newer map, teams are a little bit more unfamiliar with it, or less familiar rather. But no excuse on Luxville or maybe neighborhood, any of our more familiar maps. It's just very, very solid. So I gotta say, Luxville's looking good for Plan B.
let's break in a little bit, still surviving with the slimmer of HBR2 is.
Yeah, he got another lease on life
They do
here.
have the map open onto the ramp to B site. There's one defending right
Mhm.
next to the bomb site.
Yeah, going into B here, but it looks like I didn't catch who was there defending, but Tars is going to try to push around the corner there. Can he find an angle there? But he actually is going to lose any help that he had right
Ooh,
there.
very low both players are, but they're getting massive angles, so they're winning the fight here.
Yeah, it's all about those angles, and really Plan B has been so good every single game at getting them in. Who's the last man alive? It's Ethan. No surprise here. He is really tasked with the same very difficult job, and he loses it again. Plan B up 4-0 in the second half on map 1.
Mm.
We might actually just see TokioStrikers be eliminated right here.
Two
Uh,
more and they're gone.
yeah, all it takes. I mean, this is only the first map, right?
Only
So,
the first game, but still, this is a big upset for us.
mhm.
As TokioStriker was supposed to be the favorites, and thank you. Press the tab once again.
No, I do like to see the tab screen every once in a while,
Mhm.
but always nice to get back into the action. And I love that this map specific or this round is very, very
Oh, look at
important.
that! Finally pressing into the main hall and then going slowly into the B, not really making too much sound.
Yeah, very, very sneakily. We don't actually see a lot of teams do this, wrapping all the way around through main hall.
They usually send one or two after they poke into the B side, but this is the opposite. They will have the main force onto the. No one at the railing. It comes a little bit too late. Does spot him now.
Yeah, some nades out there, but actually disaster for Buffy. He gets taken out, and R2's actually very, very low here as well. But actually in the backside, I think Monster is going to be finding a kill right there. So very, very good at clutching it out there at the end. It's still a 2-on-3, so a decent spot for TokioStrikers to be in, but they do have to get into the bomb site and find a plan. That's going to be very difficult with Monster defending.
Only himself against 3 members, of course, are 2 very low, and both of the members, the other 2, are also a little bit too low.
Going for
About
the plant.
60 HP.
Yep, getting the plant off there, so 40 seconds is all Monster has.
This is basically impossible to
Yeah,
behind
there's-
the boxes too, and then one upstairs.
Yep, there's no way to get around the boxes. You've got 3 angles covered, and realistically, all he can do is try to spray and catch a random headshot. There's 3 boxes with 3 enemy players behind each one of them. There's no way for him to break in here without making himself vulnerable. Yep, gets taken out instantly. As soon as he tries to enter the room, headshot. And that's going to be a big win for TokioStrikers. They're starting to come back, and we know that they can, right? The first half was a perfect example of what is possible. But now they find themselves down 3-1 again, and now on attack. We'll see what they can do.
That was brilliant speed. They were not too quick, just to make sure they have all the backup coming towards the B side, and then they went in secretly towards the A side from the pathway. The two of the other members are not really shown other than the main hall. They went secretly into the A side and they were trying to plant, but actually went all the way around because they had a lot more kills.
Yeah, as soon as they try a different strategy, it works
Mhm.
out beautifully, going through all the way through main hall instead of just trying to fight this crossway over and over again in that narrow hallway, trying to
Oh,
break
look at that.
through, but taking an early casualty. Ethan, usually the last surviving member, goes down first.
Yep, that's the overnade power of the overnade, how you can throw all the way out to the map where you can't actually see at the moment.
The power of the overnade. We're learning all about it here, and this is a great example of how to use that to get that early advantage. But now dropping down, going to be trying to go around into A. They're breaking around the corner. Nobody there to stop them.
They
The
rushed right now,
spray,
but
nice cover by Great, but it's not enough. The rest of his team dies, and he's the final casualty. That is a mission failure. As
Yes.
soon as they try to break around the corner to go into A, they get dominated.
It was a good timing with the grenade. They actually had a man less, but having one coming down from the rail can actually check onto that object if someone's hiding there, and even had the grenade just to make sure.
They had grenade, they had covering fire from Great behind, but none of that was enough. They walk in and get mowed down
Ooh, gets
instantly.
the off angle, not really the common position, so
Yeah.
you couldn't really find the enemy.
Buffy taken down, the jump too good there. This is a half point here for Plan B. They have everything that they need. They're playing back very safely. They've got great angles trying to prevent the wraparound there into A. Watching out for the nades.
Get one.
Or
Has
not.
to break in.
Yeah, Shine Asian, the
That's
best player on the team,
two.
getting taken
This
down
can be
there.
the final round if if Plan B gets the final round. They will close out the first game.
Yeah, they throw out the nade there, and then they're going to find the headshots there. Ethan does find a kill there, but he loses his teammate. Now a 1-on-3 here for TokioStrikers. I'll get it eventually.
Heavy pressure onto Ethan.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. I mean, he's been in this situation countless times before, right? But it's never worked out. He has always gotten taken down instantly, and especially in a 1-on-3 into B. We talked about how strong all those angles are if you have that defender's advantage. It's just almost impossible to break through.
To switch the weapon to dual Chris.
Yeah, picks up the Chris, and now he's going to have to go for it right now. He's only got 1 minute and 30 seconds trying to break in there. He's actually remarkably effective. Can he find the sole surviving?
The more time they give to Blue, they
Whoa!
actually
Sick
catches the
headshot!
back up first. One more remaining, though. That's
No, but he
one
gets
taken
taken out.
down, and Plan B actually brings the first game for themselves as TokioStriker could not strike back in the second half.
That's really impressive, G-Clef. I can't believe that we're seeing TokioStriker taken out in the first game. Thankfully for them, it is a best of 3. So even though they lose Luxville, they've got a chance to come back, but it's going to require them to win. Not a looking very dire. They can't find anything that works. Ethan is always the last man left alive, but he's always left alive in a 1v3, 1v4, and he always winds up getting taken out. So struggles, man, and this is going to be very difficult. TokioStrikers need to find an answer.
And the second map will be Province. We had that switch up. Of course, it has been fixed on the website as well.
Okay.
And seems like the player went to the restroom for a second.
Okay. Or maybe all of them.
Maybe all of them, just to take a break and then to talk with them and
Yeah.
what are we doing wrong, what are we doing right, and just talk about our strength and what are we going to do in the. If they lost, of course, let's just forget about the first one and then let's go in what we're good at for Province.
Yeah.